whatever.
So she probably wants the trans mothers to also be able to vote by proxy, right? I bet that, if she's a Democrat, she probably wants the trans men included as well.
Speaker, I rise today in strong opposition to this rule, which restricts moms and dads
So
from
they
doing
want
their
to vote
jobs
by
after
proxy
welcoming a
because
new
they have
child.
babies.
Right.
Like so many of our colleagues,
Yes.
it's one of my greatest honors to be a mom. I have 2 little boys, a son named Davis, who's
Pause it for a
5,
sec. All right. This has
and
happened 14 times in American history. 14
the proxy
times.
votes?
Yeah. For mothers. There's been 14 mothers who've needed the proxy vote. Okay. That's 247 years, 14 times.
Okay.
But I'm all about.
Sure, why not?
Okay, let the mothers vote in Congress. I don't know why it has to be by proxy. Do we have something called a newfangled interweb or
Everybody
something
should
to that
vote by
effect?
proxy, honestly.
Well, yeah, they should all.
It's
yes.
amazing that they don't.
I don't
That's what I'm thinking.
understand it.
We've talked about that at
Can we
length.
not do
This
that
is-
now?
yeah,
Do we not have the technology? Come on.
And as recently, because Anna Paulina Luna is, I'm sorry, guys, Representative.
Thanks. Anna Paulina Luna.
She's left the Freedom Caucus over this issue.
Saw that, yeah.
She has called out Mike Johnson to say as recently as December of 2022 that he voted by proxy.
Yes.
But yet he's calling it unconstitutional now. This is a big issue among House Republicans.
She said almost all the people that voted against it, voted or for Mike Johnson on this, have all voted by proxy. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know either.
But or if she was just kind of making a sweeping
I
statement
don't know
there.
Really, the internet thing is an issue. We talk about it all the time when people come and testify before these committees, and I'll have to get back to you on that.
Now, you don't have to get back to me. Find out right now.
Have your due person hand you the tablet that's 2 feet away from you and find out.
Right.
And a pushback on proxy voting is look at Kay Granger. I mean, somebody could have been absolutely just sitting at her office in
That's true.
Tarrant County voting for her. I don't know how you do that.
Right.
I don't know how you going to have them sit down in front of the camera? Was going to be to scan the pupils?
Only if the person, they should allow it if the person themselves are voting. And you can do that on the internet.
Sure.
So why wouldn't you do that? Why do you have to call your friend and say, hey, can you place this vote for me?
I mean, you could just do the secure Signal app. You'd be fine.
Which is ironclad.
Yes, you're fine.
And we've just started this
secure.
clip, but as I'm watching it, I'm thinking, you probably knew that you wanted to have a family. Maybe you should have had a job if you had to work closer to home that didn't require travel.
Very true.
Milady.
Very true.
Anyway, you want to play with
And what's the problem with her having the kid there?
Nothing.
Take care of your kid and then vote. You're there.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
What's the problem?
Yeah.
Seriously. Why can't you be there with your kid? You're already dragging him in.
Maybe she'll tell us.
Kid's
She
got a
had more.
nickname now.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Prop.
Sorry.
My little guy here, Sam, who's now 9 weeks old.
Sam or Prop?
It's also one of my greatest honors
Right.
to have been
Seriously, it
elected
is.
by my constituents to represent them in Congress.
I mean, obviously.
And I can tell
Yeah.
you, after being a mom here and being only the 13th member to have ever given birth while serving in Congress,
I believe
voting
there's
member,
14, but
I can tell you we have a long ways to
do I
go
know?
to make this place accessible
You're not a
Isn't
woman.
for
happy
young
Woman
families
now?
like mine. When I was pregnant, I couldn't fly towards the end of my due date because
Okay,
it was unsafe
so-
for Sam. And you're
Internet.
unable to board a plane. And I was unable to actually have my vote
Telephone.
represented here and my constituents represented. After giving birth, I
Sam's
was faced with an
pissed.
impossible decision. Sam was 4
hungry.
weeks old. And for all of
need
the
a
parents
blanket
here,
now.
we know that when we have newborns,
Just breastfeed the
it's
kid right
when
now.
they're the
Right,
most
Laura, let's
vulnerable
go.
in their life. It's when they need 24/7 care, when taking them even to a grocery store is scary because you're worried about exposure to germs and them getting
okay.
sick, let alone taking them to an airport, on a plane, and coming across the country to make sure that you're able
Somehow
to
you
vote
did
and
it, though,
represent
right?
your
Yeah, you did.
constituents.
You did
I
it.
was terrified that no matter what choice I made, that I would have deep regrets for the consequences. So Sam and I made the trip out, and this is our 3rd time now coming
Great.
to the floor for this vote. I want to thank all the people who have stood by us. I want to thank
Poor
Representative
Sam. I feel bad for
Luna
that
for
kid.
being
Paulina
such a
Luna.
champion on this issue.
I don't.
And
fine.
Oh,
While Sam is the best baby.
Yeah, the kid's fine.
He's being tortured right there.
Seems kind of fussy right now.
I apologize for the noises here,
change.
but I want to thank Representative Luna for being such a champion on this issue, alongside the rest of my colleagues.
And this is why we can't rein in the judges, because we're talking about this.
Our efforts to pass this resolution. When I hear from members,
I got it.
So tired. I'm already way past listening to her, man. Holy cow! I don't know if they're.
I knew you wouldn't make it. I knew it. I knew
cow.
it.
What is that? Like 20 minutes?
She's just rambling.
3.5.
Felt like 20.
It sure did.
And we didn't even make it to the end. It felt like 20.
That poor kid, though. I mean, what a prop. Congratulations, kid. Your mom dragged you to Congress to
whatever.
make a
I
point.
don't have a problem with their bringing
we
their
all
kids.
support mothers. We all are married to mothers. We all have children. I understand the issue.
Yes.
Vote on the internet. Why don't you just do that? Why do you have to call a friend?
Well, also,
I'm going to phone a neighbor, please, for my vote. I got a
didn't
neighbor coming to D.C.
Why?
They're going to take care of it.
Why do you run
Why?
for office in the first place? I mean, you could run later.
Right.
I mean, right? You could raise your family and then go do this if you'd like.
You could.
Or is that hateful?
You could. But,
How
I mean,
dare you.
you can have
Yeah, I
mothers in Congress.
Yeah,
That's not an issue.
absolutely.
Really.
You can bring your kid up there for every speech and every vote, too.
You,
like you said.
you could.
What?
I don't think that the House or the Senate should turn into nurseries or
whatever.
daycares, but maybe you do daycare at the Congress. You're not going to have that many kids in there, right? So for the mothers who need to vote, and you can't have complete disruption with crying babies all through Congress, so you have a place to put them for a little while. I mean, that would be fine, right?
That'd be
then
fun.
vote. Or, again, let's all go back to our district and let's vote from our district. And that's where we do business every day, all year. How about that?
There's a thought.
And you're at the you're right there with your constituents every minute of every day, and they can tell you exactly what they think of you.
And if they try
That's the way it should be.
Move into a assisted living facility, you'll know.
You'll know. Yeah, that's crazy. That is, and I feel really bad for her. And I felt bad for Dianne Feinstein.
But they didn't have to be in Congress either.
No, right. Get the help you need.
I know.
Leave Congress. During your conscious moments, your sentient moments, that you don't belong in Congress.
Well, building
anymore,
up to
right?
building up to this, the progression.
You say, okay,
you
look,
know what's happening.
I'm in trouble here. I need to be replaced.
And
I'm resigning from Congress.
That Brittany Pettersen there, she is a Democrat congresswoman from Colorado.
Oh,
Just so you know.
wow.
So
Okay.
take a train. Whatever.
So she probably wants the trans mothers to also be able to vote by proxy, right? I bet that, if she's a Democrat, she probably wants the trans men included as well.